Okay. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give it to you and then I'm gonna put it in the chat. The code is
Good morning.
864
I'm good. How are you?
1354 6951. And bear with me here while we're getting everything set up. I have got 7 people on this one right now.
Okay, here, let's just forge it in now.
Okay, now we have, no, 7. Is everybody trying to get on that other Zoom link? Okay. 864 1354 6951.
That's the room number, I think.
Oh, that was the room number. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to get a link for you all just to click on. So thank you for your patience. This is really going to be fun once we get it going. Unfortunately, what I was telling everyone is I did a Zoom link and Gary did a Zoom link and both got sent out to everybody.
But apparently people listen to Michelle more.
But she says apparently people listen to me more. I don't know about that, but right now our team is winning on this. So,
This is the meeting ID. The number.
Here we go. Hold on.
okay, just a second.
Me too. I'm sorry, I forgot my cell phone. Do you have the meeting ID number?
Hold on.
They're getting it.
Okay, thank you.
They're getting it.
Michelle, what's your email? My phone doesn't remember.
My email is mmbyers.
Here we go.
Yes, so just bear with us.
There's the whole shebang.
Okay, all right, let's see if we can do this. Okay, I'm copying the link. And I'm going to put this link into chat right now. Okay, so everybody look at chat. And do you see that link pasted in? Okay. Okay, tell me when you see that link posted in. Uh-oh, now I got 8.
That's me.
Oh, okay. All right.
Kim and Lexi, can you hear us and see the screen? The command login screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Awesome.
How many do we have logged in?
We have 2 that have
2.
made it over.
Okay. Okay, Yvette, I know is in here, so I'm not worried about Yvette. She's
No.
connected.
But I couldn't see the screen though. I
think
can see you.
You're on the wrong Zoom.
That's why.
Okay,
Kevin Jackson's made it over.
Okay, Lilia, you're joining in. If you'll go into the chat box, we're changing the Zoom link. And would you click on the Zoom link in the chat box to go into the right Zoom room? Zoom room. There you go.
Unfortunately, I don't see
Me either.
Okay. It's,
nothing there.
okay, because I posted it in and I'm seeing it, but did you hit chat at the bottom?
I have it open.
It's,
No chats.
okay. All right.
Can you just?
No, because it's crazy. It's like, I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna send it to you, Lilia. I'm gonna try
I
to
just
get,
emailed Lilia and Yvette.
okay, Lilia and Yvette have the right one. Kara Robinson, do you need the,
Michelle?
yes. You're on, okay, so clearly it's in the chat box.
Tell Lilia I emailed it to her. I
And
emailed it to
Lilia,
you.
we emailed it to you.
Because
The correct
I don't
link.
have it either.
Okay,
It's not showing.
that's okay, because you can see it. up
I
on the
couldn't
screen.
see that.
We'll turn it on.
Okay, it's taking a while. Okay,
Come closer, come closer.
yeah.
Go get your eyes checked.
Okay, all right, so
You know
the
me.
ID, for anybody that's not in there yet, the ID was 864-1354-6951, and the password is 620666. It's all in the chat box.
Okay, and if you can't make it over, I'll talk real loud, you can listen
Okay,
through Michelle's Zoom,
Okay.
right? Very good. All right, let's get started, because what we're teaching today is really cool. I think you guys are gonna be excited about it. Those of you who've been around a while and have been complaining that there's no good newsletter, or that everybody used to like the Market Leader newsletter, I think that this is going to be an even better opportunity for you guys to send something cool to your sphere. So, anybody buy those American Lifestyle magazines?
Oh, yes.
Did you ever go through that?
Uh-huh.
Everybody's familiar with American Lifestyle magazines. You see them in the dentist's office, whatever, and they've got a little realtor picture in the bottom corner. Right, so you can pay a lot of money and you can be the local American Lifestyle realtor and you can have those and pass them out to your friends. And, or you can do the free KW Command Lifestyle magazine. So I'm gonna show you how to find it, set it up, edit it, and share it. Ooh, who's going? Okay, so.
The speaker show on the Zoom, I mean, on the.
it's mine's on.
So here I am on my command dashboard. And you can see over here, new and designs. These two designs right here are a couple of the magazine things that we're going to be talking about. So know when you first log in, you can just click on these and go and use them. I'm going to show you how to find them when they're not the new designs. But just so you know, they're right here. So if you go and do this tomorrow, they will be right there in your new designs. But we're going to go over and we're going to click on the designs applet right here. So when you click on designs, it's going to open up your personal design library. So you may or may not have anything right here. I'm a command instructor, so I have 72 things right here. Most of them are just playing around, right? So let's see, over here, Lexi. So to create our first magazine, and just a general background about the magazines, Keller Williams is putting them out quarterly. So once a quarter, they're going to send a new template to designs for you to use. So not too long ago, they sent a really cool summer one. Has been out for a little bit. So you could still send the summer one. It's August, it counts if you hurry up and do it soon. But I expect we'll see a fall one pretty soon, right?
Quick question, are these physical like mail out?
Either.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna show you how it can be either or
Okay.
both, yeah. So it's not gonna be free to mail it, obviously, printed mail. But there is a print version here with write-in command that you can print them for $1.25 a piece, which is pretty good. And then, you're responsible for putting them in an envelope, or maybe use it with door knocking. I can see a lot of cool things to do with it. So it comes out once a quarter. Each one has 3 articles in it. And so the other thing you could do is you could break it apart and do 1 article plus some information each month. And then you have a monthly email, right? So I'll show you. But first we're gonna go and we're gonna create a new design. So up here on the top right, there's a turquoise button to create a new design. Even though this can be an email or a print, the template is under print. So click on print and hit continue. And you're gonna see all of the print template options open up in a new WeBrand window. What does it say?
it says something, no something code in the request internal server error.
Probably need to start off.
You just start over. I've seen that before
Mine
too.
is the same thing.
Did you get it to work after trying a couple times?
Probably
Just
because we're all doing it at the same time.
Possibly, yeah. When we do these classes, we can certainly strain the wireless. Keep trying, and in a couple minutes, if it's still not working, we'll help you. The other thing is always make sure your cache and your cookies are clear in your browser, because that can cause a lot of problems in command. Still not working?
Close your window completely instead of doing that.
Yep.
No, I did that the first time.
The other thing is to go into your, make sure you're using Chrome,
Mhm.
no Explorer, no Firefox. We want to use in Chrome.
Okay, there we go.
Good. And the other thing is you can go to your browser settings. And under advanced. No, is it this one? It moves every once in a while. No, that's not it. Oh, privacy and security. Cookies and site data. That one. That's whether to allow them or not. Now we want to clear browsing data.
Okay.
Go to advanced. So I usually leave my passwords and my autofill stuff alone, but we've probably done this pretty recently on this computer because there's not a lot here, but on my personal computer, I bet there's like 300 right now. So clear that and you should browse a little bit better. All right, when you open up, you can see that we've got a bunch of templates that are all about how to share and talk about your app. For your magazine, you're going to click on lead generation and then down to personally branded zine. Can't remember that? Just click around until you find it. You'll find it. It's also usually under new designs because there's a new one coming out every 3 months, right? So here's the newest one right here. See, you can't see this older ones. So we've had 3 editions so far. So right now we're going to do the summer edition of our magazine. So I'm going to hover over it. You see the button use. I'm going to click on use and it's going to open the editor or not. You guys checking it out?
Mhm.
I'm catching
Which
up.
one did you click on? You clicked on the planning routes or which one?
I clicked on the summer one.
Someone?
the one with the girl in the pool on the cover.
Oh, okay.
Because I was looking at the quarter in review one the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was good. So,
Yeah.
nice and short to the point. Easy to look at.
Big money. Yay. Okay, so here we are in the summer magazine template. Now, first of all, we're looking at a blank page, right? And so over here on the left is my magazine template. This includes all of the pages that Keller Williams has designed for us to possibly use in our magazine. We get to go through and pick which ones we want to use and which ones we don't. Michelle and I have decided that we would rather have all of the pages and then decide which ones we don't want, but that's not how they set it up because they didn't ask us. So you get to come over here to the template and then there's a little plus sign in the top left. Obviously, I think I definitely want to have the cover, but you get a choice of which cover. You've got girls swimming in the pool with a pineapple float, or you've got this cute little mom and kid with flowers. So whichever one you think appeals to your sphere most, you're gonna add that as your cover page.
Oh, how do you take it off if you want to change it?
If you want to change it, you're gonna go over here to the bottom right, you see pages.
Yes.
Click on pages and you're gonna see all the pages that you've added to your magazine on the right. Click on the 3 little dots and hit delete. Okay, so we changed our mind, we want pineapple this time. On your cover page, you've got the titles of the 3 articles at the bottom. 1, 2, 3. So make sure if you decide not to include an article that you go in and you edit one of these, right? If you swap out an article, if you delete one, you could take all this text out and just put your logo or a KW logo or something if you're only gonna include some of it. Oh, look, here's a third. I didn't even realize that. So happy family playing in the river is your third option. Very cool. All right, so then we've got an about us page. About us, about me. Over here down in the bottom right, besides your page menu, you've also got fit. So you can do a plus, and a minus to zoom in as much as you want. And then use the grabber bar here on the right to scroll up and down.
My grabber bar doesn't show up. That's what I always.
Yeah, you just kind of click on it and do your mouse up and down and it'll scroll.
I don't have that option.
You don't see like a faint gray.
Really faint.
No, I don't have one at all.
Check your brightness on your screen because I have had other people not see things in the design. And when they turned their brightness up, they were able to see it. The other thing you can do is if you're hovering over the page, you can use if you're using a mouse, you can use the middle. Right now I'm just doing this. Right? Or you can hover over it and just use your down button. Oh, that actually just changed the page, but. Okay, so obviously I don't want to send Jocelyn McKay's picture and info out, right? So with each page that has personal information on it, you're going to use these left toolboxes to update it, okay? So if I go over to images, I have already added into my designs under my assets, my headshot and a couple other things that I just uploaded, okay? So you do that once and then it's going to be available to you every time you do a design. So I'm going to click on Jocelyn's picture right here, make sure it's highlighted with the light blue line all the way around it. I'm going to go over to my headshot and you see there's a little replace image circle of arrows. Click on that replace image circle of arrows and it's going to swap out and keep it the same size. If I don't have a picture highlighted and I just hover over my picture and add a plus, it's just going to throw it somewhere. There it is. It's just going to throw it in the middle, random size. You're going to have to like mess with it. So just remember, if you highlight it, you can do the swapperoo trick. If you mess up, I don't like this right here, that was a mistake. I highlight it so the blue is all around it, and I go up here on the right and I can remove it. Okay? Everybody good with that?
I have like 3 pages right now. Do you have 3 pages on it too?
Right now I've only added 2, plus a blank, I can
Yeah,
delete
it's
this
just the
blank.
way you're adding it, just move your second page up. Mine keeps doing that too. It's
So-
just I'm clicking too much.
Yeah, yeah, you can
Yeah,
grab
there you
them and move them around, and change
Okay.
the order of them, you might have done that accidentally when you were trying to scroll
Yeah.
around maybe.
Okay, yeah, I still don't have to slide it back and forth.
Yep. So on the text, you can highlight this text, double click in it and just delete and erase whatever you need to do. If you click on text here, if you find that you're always retyping your biography, for example, you can have in My Assets, here's my bio. So I can click on this and I can go and just replace the whole thing. See there, it just swapped my whole bio for the bio that was in there. I still might want to do some editing depending on what the pieces I'm working on, but that at least gives me a start of not having to retype the whole thing, right?
So is in that same box too, can you click that at the top and be able to get the box on the side to retype your words? Like if you want to just type it in manually, you know how you highlight that?
Yeah, so let me zoom in. The best way to do that is just to double click here, and then you've got a regular text box. See, I just started typing.
Right, sometimes I struggle when the words are little and
Yeah.
zooming in.
That's what I just, yeah, zoom in as much as you can, and I'm gonna say, I love everything about designs and everything about command. The text editor is not that great.
I use
At the
you
top,
turn the click button to see the typewriter
Yeah, that's what I was talking
so
about.
that you can see it better.
So at the top right there, next to
Right beside the
the
font
bold?
size, right beside the font size. The next one over. right
Yeah,
there.
that one, next to the bold, but yeah,
There you go. Y'all just taught me something.
It's easier for me to see
it's
it.
amazing.
Yes,
Next.
y'all.
Oh,
That's why I was like, oh,
Like, what are you doing?
When
I
I
like
found
that
that
typewriter.
when I found that out, I was like, right here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. So a better way to change your text. I still would swap and then open typewriter and edit it.
Yeah.
If you have it uploaded in here. And I think these are automatically pulled in from your marketing profile. So you should have those as assets already if your marketing profile is complete.
Mine is, but I don't feel like mine came over, or I just probably don't know.
You
where to
just
look.
added it at some point, maybe.
Yeah.
But you're
Um,
saying it's underneath the text, My Assets is where you're getting your profile?
Yep, I went to text and then My Assets. Here's a generic each office is independently owned and operator. There's some banners in here. If you want to have something with some cool text, you can add anything anywhere. These pages are totally customizable. That being said, why reinvent the wheel? Like Austin has some professional designers that have put these together for you every month or every 3 months. So I wouldn't monkey with it besides just taking out what you don't like and then putting your own personal details in there. And then you can add just text boxes in different fonts.
I still wish I could do the sliding back and forth.
You've also got a toolbox of logos. So you'll see up here, there's a KWDBA name. That's to remind you to make sure you put your Keller Williams Atlanta North. So you can highlight it, go over to where you've uploaded it, the Atlanta North logo, and replace. I probably make mine a little bit bigger. And then under workspace, there are some generic KW logos if you want any of those. Luxury, realtor, birthday. So there's a lot of stuff in there that you can use if there's something you want to talk about. Elements is basically just clip art. KWLS will allow you to go find any listing in the United States and put its information automatically into this magazine. And I'm going to show you more about that in just a second. Now, also, I didn't show you under images, we just did my photo. If you click on the workspace is basically what Keller Williams has given us automatically. Okay, so if you click on workspace, you've got, no, thank you, Carrie. You have a bunch of clip art that's real estate related. So KW has put all of the stuff that they use in their designs, all these happy families and houses that you can use as you're designing. If you want to add a page that's all about something else or something local, you can use all the stock images here to make it awesome. Okay.
So when I want to add my logo,
Mhm.
I would just add that under images, because I don't see where I can add it under like the logo tab in my assets. Like I don't see.
So there's a whole section. I'm going to make a note in my brain right now and remind me. There's a whole section where you add.
If I see where you can add it under
Mhm.
images.
I honestly can't remember if I added it here or if I added it.
Okay.
I don't know how I told it that it was a logo.
Okay.
And I have
Oh.
to input my picture every time. I have to upload it. It doesn't save to my
It's not
assets.
saved in your assets.
Mm-mm.
So when I finish going through these pages, we'll go over to my assets and show you where to put those. Don't y'all let me forget.
Yeah, it just stays under images for me.
Yeah, I think it does. We need to show you where assets is. It's actually changed how they've set it up since I put mine in here. So I got mine in a different way than you guys will.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna show you where that is in a minute. Okay, so now we've been monkeying around with elements and logos and all that kind of stuff. And I've seen people get confused right here, like, oh, wait, but I want to add more pages.
Uh-huh.
The way you add more pages now that you've been monkeying around is you got to come back and you got to click on templates. And that'll get you back to your menu of pages that you can use. That might be obvious, but it kind of wasn't to me at first.
It wasn't.
that kind of confused me at first. Okay, so we've added the welcome letter. I'm going to add order and review. Just to show you guys what these are. So this is set up to be stats about a neighborhood and then stats about a company. So it could be our office, it could be the neighborhood you live in or farm in, or you could do a zip code. Okay, you could do a zip code and then another zip code. You could totally delete all of this and just put a picture. And maybe just have stats about one area up here. So there's a lot of things you can do in here. Don't look at this and think, oh, I don't farm a neighborhood or I don't know what to put there. You could take overall Atlanta stats from the Chartmaster stats and just say Metro Atlanta right here. And put the 13,000 listings that are on the market, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? So some sort of stats I think is nice to include in this. Now we've come to our first article. So article number 1 is buyer and seller FAQs. So I'm going to insert page 1. I'm going to insert page 2. Now I've got a whole article all about buyer and seller FAQs. Oh, wait, 3 pages. There's something wrong with 2 pages. All right, so I've got 3-page article. I recommend that you read it. Can't say that I have every time. Do as I say, not as I do. Somebody might ask you about it, right? But I know that Keller Williams has written this and it's probably good. And I know that this doesn't reference my name or my picture or my market area or anything in it. It's generic, it can be used just as is. Cool. Now, if I'm sending this out just monthly, I'm going to use that article and that's it. I'm not going to use the other 2 articles. I'm going to save them for the next month. This is still plenty for somebody to read, just the 1 article plus the little extra stats and stuff. So the next page is a featured listing. So use one of your listings or ask somebody in the office if you have permission to feature their listing. I don't know very many agents that are going to
Say no.
say no to their clients listed being featured. All right, and then we've got, the next article is 10 wet and wild ways you can cool off in your backyard. So I kind of like the whole magazine by itself because it starts with real estate and then it gets more into like, who wouldn't want to read some like sprinkler tips and. So if you were doing this quarterly and not monthly, I would add that article. Then we've got a page that's real value, real experience. This allows you to do a little bit about you, your credentials. Here's the Y 3C, 4Cs, 2Ts, ES. Y'all know what I mean. And change this up. If you're brand new, it's your first day in real estate, take out the 15 years in business, 268 client, like, who cares?
But you know what you can do?
Your
is
client's not gonna know that that's missing.
You could tweak it a little bit and do the office.
The office,
How,
the Keller Williams
how long
office.
this office has
Yeah.
been
Mhm.
open and how many units
Yeah.
we sold so that they see.
that you're in a successful office.
Right.
And Michelle, you could probably help people with those numbers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pull it.
Can you
I was
send
gonna
that?
ask,
I mean,
can you
the
pull it off the
office,
thing in
not
the
the
internet?
numbers, but the how many years they know that, you know that off the top of your head?
I don't.
Okay.
I
Can
don't.
we pull it off of
Our
the
website?
internet? Cause I saw a book that came out from the Ross group that spoke to each specific area. I'll show it to you. You can let me know. if that's
Rawls
right.
Group has that magazine that talks about each
Yes.
area. That's all the sales in the MLS for each
Okay,
area.
okay.
Right.
I didn't know
That
if
would
it
be
was in
good
there.
on
And you can go into
The quarterly
FMLS
review,
This
and
right?
you
page.
can put the dates, January 1st, 2020
and then
to
listing
January
office
or to
one.
December
Yeah.
31st, and you'll see how many sales we had, how many listings we had.
Okay. And,
So,
You can do
okay.
that search.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while, Jim does a East Cobb stats of how much we dominate just this little area. So those are good stats too. If most of your sphere is in East Cobb, you might want to reference those stats that he's pulled to show like how much business we do here locally.
Right, right.
And
And
isn't it important to make sure that they know that this is the number one selling?
That would be a
real
great
estate?
thing
I
to
mean,
put on the
that's something
page.
that I
Mhm.
was impressed me the day I walked in this door without, I didn't know where I was gonna go.
Yep.
You know, I didn't know who I was
Yeah.
gonna choose or whatever.
Yep.
But that is so important to me, and I
Yep.
think that that would be important.
This is your one page to brag about you or your office, however you want to, okay? Then the next page is a place for you to put 2 testimonials. So we like that. I actually did this page and left out the pictures. I just did first name. I don't even do first and last name. I just do first name of the client. And then our third article is 6 shortcuts for summertime energy savings. We're totally gonna read that. Then hottest spring listings. This would be a place to put your solds, or some solds from the office with permission. Then there's ask an agent. So it says, what home improvements can boost my property value without burning a hole in my wallet? And then give your own answer to that question. This is one of the pages that I think if you aren't really jamming on this page. I mean, I think it's okay, but personally, this isn't mine. I don't want my picture that big.
So you wouldn't put your picture, you said?
I don't like my picture that big,
Oh.
and I don't wanna take the time to redesign the page, so I'm just gonna axe it.
Oh, you're taking the page out altogether?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's plenty of good info in this magazine. If I don't like the way this is, and it's gonna take me 30 minutes to edit it, so I like how it looks, then I'm just not gonna include it, but that's just me trying to get it done, right? Alternatively, I might put a little picture and I might answer 3 questions. I might like that better if I wanted to take the time to do that. And then the last page, you've got 2 versions, or maybe just 2 copies. Just look exactly what you're saying. Oh, look, it's different. It's
Yeah,
got a red bar there and it's
I've
got,
been switching back and forth for like 5 minutes trying to figure out.
Yeah,
Little bars at the bottom.
that gives you URL on the first
Yep.
one, the second one shows
Tells
where
you
you
to
go to
download.
get that app.
I would honestly just put how would it leave me? A QR code at the bottom.
Yeah, you could put a QR
How do
code.
you put a QR code? Ask India
Instead of
about.
my
QR.
URL, I would just put a QR code.
And he's gonna be up here teaching them. She's our next NCTT.
It's my training background coming out, sorry.
Yeah.
Before we
And depending on how you send this, you could make this a linkable button, right?
Mhm.
So that's something to think about too. Okay, so I've got all the pages the way I like them. The one thing that I want to show you that I kind of skipped over was this listing piece. So here we've got our featured listing. If I go to KWLS, somebody give me a listing address.
Duncan,
48,
83 Buncan Wood Drive.
Ta-da. This one yours?
Yes,
That's an old one, right?
yes, that one is it, yeah, oh, yes.
Oh,
Look at the
yes.
picture.
Looks much better now.
Much better, more professional.
So here's, yep. You need to save those two pictures and show how the before and after when somebody else listed it, how bad it looked. And how your picture looks so much better.
Great, yes, thank
Okay,
you.
so I'm gonna select this listing. And when I do that, it's gonna bring up all of the pictures and information about this listing. So I can click on this. I can swap the picture. I can click on listing details. I can click on this. I can swap the address. When you do that swap, it's gonna keep the size and font of the flyer. If you just say, I wanna add the address and put like do this, it's gonna come in as whatever random text it wants to. So then you would be messing with this. So always do that. Remember that swap trick.
So you could probably also do like a sold, right? If you sold something.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah. Especially if a lot of your friends live in a certain area and they're gonna recognize the address as somewhere
Mhm.
close to them and you got a really good price, and be like, dang, that house sold for that.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm thinking.
So very easily you can update this listing flyer as part of the magazine just by pulling up the listing in KWLS and swapping the details out. All right, any questions about editing?
I just want the scroll bar that I don't have. I am pouting, I am.
Are you, like right now, I'm not Zoom, so I don't have a scroll bar.
So you think I have to zoom in, so no, it's not.
Is it on the far
She
right?
don't, I was playing, she really don't have.
I really don't have
Really?
it.
No.
It's very upsetting, cause when you're, cause mine like is like how yours is right there on the side. Even my article is, even my newsletter is shifted over far right, and then there's no.
Oh, mine went away. So it has to be something with the screen, like how.
Something
far
with your
you're in.
browser and screen setup.
Something with my browser and screen setup. you think?
Yeah, like how you got your screen zoomed or something weird, I don't know.
Okay.
It is so faint, I mean, look.
Oh, yeah.
And mine went away and I had one earlier, so it's something with the screen.
Is your browser maximized right now?
And then,
Because if you have it not maximized, maybe it's trying to smush things.
it could be that.
Scroll bar loses, which is not what you want to lose, but
Let me see. No, it's regular.
okay,
We'll figure it out.
we'll figure it out.
I would love to have it though, because it does make it harder for you to scroll from page to page
Uh-huh,
and to see the bottom of like, so you're like how you can scroll down and see the bottom of that page.
Yep.
I can't do that.
so it's not doing it all, even if you like use,
Like I would have to almost,
mouse.
I would almost have to zoom it down so small that I can't even read it. And then,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
so then I can't get down to the part that I want to edit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. We'll have to figure that out because that's not good.
No.
All right,
very
so
hard
let's
to
say that
edit.
we've fixed everything that we want and we like how it looks. You have a couple of options. So I have a support ticket in. Oh, first, let's name it. Here's how you name your design. Designs is really good about auto saving. So you'll see over here, it'll almost always say saved. Okay. You can do undo, you can do redo, you can go back in time to a certain place, version history. Okay. So there's a few more tools. Up here at the top, I have some questions submitted about this, but I'm going to show you where it is anyways.
What is it?
Order print.
Order print, okay.
So order print, like when you make a just sold postcard in Command, you can actually order them to be printed and mailed right from Command. You don't have to download them, send them to your local printer, all of that. You can just say, I want 50 of them, I want these addresses, boom, done.
Have you seen the quality?
I like that face.
Have you done it to where you've seen the quality of the postcards? and
They're
whatnot?
fine.
Okay.
They're not like, wow, these are so nice, but they're acceptable.
Okay.
And when I'm sending farming postcards,
I want to
Acceptable
see
is
the
fine.
quality of, I've sent some out, but I haven't seen it.
I don't have any around my office. Kevin sends them quite frequently. You could ask if they have one in the office.
Okay. So then that
They're-
order print button, you said you.
They're comparable to, yay,
She found it.
to others I've sent. I've definitely sent nicer, more expensive ones to my Sphere, and for my Sphere, I usually up it a notch on quality, just because I like it to look really slick and high end for my Sphere. For just sold, I'm not just concerned with quality unless they're crap, which they're not, they're fine. So here they have an order print button. When I click it, as soon as I have more than 2 pages, it doesn't want to do it. So I'm thinking they don't have the capability to do booklet yet, is what I'm thinking.
That would be cute.
Yeah, but if you have like a bifold folder, they can do it and they'll mail it to you.
So how would it print then if you did this version?
So because it appears that they don't have booklet print yet, you're gonna go over here to download
Download.
and you're gonna get PDF for printing, make sure, I think that's the standard. That's gonna be high quality. And then ask your local printer if they want you to add crop marks and include bleed,
Probably so.
right? The printer will tell you if they want that or not. Select which pages you want. And then download. And that's gonna,
Do you not have to do the download page by page in
I
this
think you
case?
do have to do the download page by page.
Okay.
And then you're gonna send all those pages to your printer. And then your printer's gonna have binding options. Right, so they can tell you what options they have for binding. I think that they would be nice, well. I wonder if. What's that company that does the melties? The melty binder.
Oh. I want to say.
It's on the tip of my
Unibind,
tongue.
but that's a sleep aid. It's like Unibind.
Unibind.
Yeah,
I wonder if Unibind has a flexible cover. Unisol.
they do.
Unibind is a company that's local or is that something? on
They
the
are
internet?
local, but they sell nationally.
Okay.
Do we even have a Unibinder?
Yes, we do.
We still, so we have the binder. You
Yes.
don't have to buy a $595 binder. People use these for flyers all the time. This is like a plastic front and then a colored plastic.
Yeah, I've used those.
Yep.
The little thing you slide
Yeah.
on the side.
It's not slide, it's melted, so it's permanent.
Oh,
So it's a little nicer than the slide one.
okay.
It actually holds it all together because it's got glue in it,
So it's like binding.
that when you put it in here, it melts it all together.
Oh,
I'll check with Billy if he can order
A bunch of these.
a bunch of these so that you all don't have to get big amounts.
We used to be able to go to the front and say, can I have 3
Correct,
Unibinder covers?
correct.
oh.
They also make
I'll make a
hard
note.
covers.
So so the solution for creating a newsletter at this point is to either go through a printing company and have them create it for you as a trifold, whatever version, or use Unibind to put it in
Yeah,
or something.
or print it and use whatever binding system you
you
want
want,
to
and
use.
then the mailing part is where on hook on trying to figure out. If I wanted to mail out newsletters, I'm trying to think through, like, what would that look like?
Well, this is probably bigger than you're thinking. This is a bigger piece of paper.
You know, it would be nice
It's gonna
talking
be a
about that,
heavy mailer too.
is to have a blank page where you can put as the last page. And that you
Postage.
can then put a mailing label on it
Yeah.
and go out that
Mhm.
way.
And then get one of those little seals to seal the, you know, the end of the binder.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
the-
For a bulk
Little round
mail newsletter, I would not do 14 pages.
You do like a 2-pager or,
Right.
like, you know, front,
I
back,
would-
and then what's
here-
inside.
What you do is you get an 11 by 17
Mhm.
and you print on the front and back and fold it in half.
Right, that's what I was thinking this was. This isn't that.
This is like a 16-page magazine, right? Now you could take pages from this and make it a 1, 2, 3, 4-page
Newsletter.
newsletter. And then you're gonna have to have them print it. You know, you have to think about how that works, you know?
Yeah.
They
Let's
also-
think it through.
Pause on that 1 second, but if I'm going to have them to hand out, I would not mail a 16-page. That's gonna be so expensive.
Yeah, that's
It's
stupid.
expensive to mail
And
Postcards.
print.
anything. So when I'm mailing goodies to my sphere, I buy the lightest stuff I can find and have just like a one little piece of paper and then that little gift or toy or whatever it is. But I make sure it's like light, because as soon as you start, like a lottery ticket or, you know. But this could be cool bound and left in your listings, or bound and handed out at open houses or door knocking, like. For a physical copy, that's what I do.
Oh.
Now, 10 minutes, I'm gonna show you what we're really gonna do, because I don't care about printing these out and handing them out. So when I go, yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, before you go to the next one, how did you add the price, square footage, beds and baths in one only square?
So this one, I'm gonna
Yes.
go up to the typewriter tool that I just learned about. And I'm just gonna change it.
Oh, okay, right there. I was doing it in a different way.
Yep.
Is what it says typewriter?
Right here.
Okay,
And then it
and you
prints,
type it manually,
and then I'm typing it manually.
okay.
Now the one-liner ones, like, okay, so here's the description. Oops, save changes, please. Whatever, okay, so the description, I can actually, now my description's gonna be a lot longer, but if you go over here, you've got your description. Gorgeous home in Gwinnett, right?
Yes, that one.
I can swap right there and it's gonna put my MLS description. Then you can typewriter it and figure out what you're gonna cut to make it fit in the space.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we downloaded PDF. Now we want to, let's share this magazine electronically. That's a lot more fun and free and.
Fun and free.
That's my favorite thing,
Too
fun
good.
and free. So I clicked on the share up here, okay? When you first click on that, you're gonna be on this design tab. This threw me off a lot at first. This design tab is only gonna share the page that you're on. It's tricky. You're gonna be annoyed because you're like, where did all my other pages go?
Yeah.
You gotta click on the project tab. That's how you share the whole magazine.
That's if you hit the share. Not talking
Pro
about this
tip.
time, use the project.
Kind of tricky.
Oh.
Mhm.
Alright.
I was mad.
Maybe you slam your computer down and you never do another magazine. You can click on these 3 social links and it'll open up your profile and with a link already added. That's not my favorite way to do it, and I'll show you why. Make sure your pop-ups are allowed. I'm gonna be annoyed because I'm not logged into this account. Yep, okay. Or, actually, I need to.
So the sharing option for clarity is for us to share on some type of social media platform, correct?
Or in an email, which is the last thing I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
I'm hoping to not go over too much. Forgive me. But we're gonna go over a minute.
So you don't include everything. You need to update your cover page.
Oh.
Just the 8 questions, lifestyle, team, what and which I'm not including. And budget shortcuts.
If you go to this, the project shows all the things.
You know what I'm saying? You're not including all those things. You need to update it.
Oh, yeah, she said that earlier. She said you need to make sure you update the front page.
Here we go, here we go. This was me, okay. I'm logging in.
Yeah, that's
Try one more time, and then I'm gonna give up, because I want to show you more than this. Nope. All right. So we'll open a window. If you're on your computer, it'll open up your window and you'll log in. Post it, but
I get the word show.
okay, so you can do these directly, or you can copy this link, Control C, and go over to Facebook. And I can paste that link. This still isn't my favorite way, but I'm just showing you some options.
But the link is, they have to click on it. They won't be able to visually read it in the
Oh,
way
look,
that.
the magazine shows.
There you go.
That's cool.
Okay. This looks better. I don't like how it's gray over here. And, you know, it's not like a really pretty link. So I'll show you how to fix that a little bit. But just so you know, when they click on it, or if you just paste it in a browser, here's what they're going to see. This is going to open up on their computer or phone. It's got these awesome like tag sliders. So it goes through just like any online magazine. Cool. Very cool. Okay. So we like that.
But they have to click on the link and then it pops up that way. Is that what you said?
Yep, they click on the link. In this case, if they click on the picture or the link, it's gonna open that in a new window and then it's gonna go through it.
Right, you just did that by clicking the Facebook icon when you did the share.
Yes, okay, yes. Or copy the link and go to Facebook and paste it.
Gotcha.
So I like the go to the link and go to Facebook and paste it because I don't love this visually. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna create a new design. Let's see. Create design, social. Personally branded zine. You've got this size and you got this size. I like square on everything. Even though Facebook size is officially that rectangle, I think the square looks better. And you can use it on Instagram too. All right, so this is also a template. So you need to add the page, which, and then I'm gonna swap out my DBA. That's it, I'm done. And then I'm going to download it. So I'm gonna download just a JPEG. Then I'm gonna go back to my Facebook post. I'm gonna delete this preview. I'm gonna add a picture.
You make your own picture.
I'm gonna use my own picture that's prettier. Looks better, right?
Yeah.
Better.
When you click on that, it's just a picture.
Huh?
I'm gonna let you finish.
Okay, then I'm probably gonna. Oops. Whatever, you're gonna say something more interesting than that. And then. That's where- Post. But you put a little emoji here, it shows them where to click.
What emoji did you use?
I used the little pointing finger. Pointing hand. But you could use a computer, you could use your phone.
And that picture was already in design, right? I missed
Already
that
in
part.
design. The only thing I changed was the logo to the Atlanta.
So now
logo.
they can't click on the article of a picture, they need to actually click on the link in this version.
But I think that they will stop their scroll on this picture more than they will on that preview with the
Absolutely.
weird gray on the side.
I was hoping that you're
Absolutely.
gonna say that there, you know how like when you send an email, you have the little.
Click the image.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Okay, I'm ahead of you.
Last thing is send in an email.
I thought you can do that in Facebook too, but you can't.
Some websites have better preview images than others. And if it's a better preview image, then yes, you can click on that image and go to the website. But rebrand for some reason doesn't have my favorite preview image, so we make do. Okay. So how do I send this in a really cool email to my sphere so that they click on the email and open up the magazine and read it? Smart plans to the rescue. All right, when you go to Smart Plans, you're gonna have the library tab. The library tab is chock full of smart plans that other smart agents all over the country have written. And I'm gonna go to the search bar in the library and I'm gonna type magazine. Now there's a bunch of them. Agents have written a bunch of these. Go and click through a couple of them and see what you like. Some of them may fit your style more than others. Nick here has written one that has a new listing, also adds the neighborhood snapshots and sends the magazine. So he's got several pieces that have been smushed into one smart plan. If you just want to send a really pretty email that has a link to the magazine, that's our goal here. I like Garrett Stewart's Spring 21 magazine promo email. And hopefully he will write a fall one I'll use too. I'm sure he will. Garrett Stewart.
You like his spring one, you would just change
That's
the
just the
wording.
one. Yeah, yep. Maybe he hasn't done the summer one. Oh, look.
He does have a
He
summer
does have
one.
a summer one.
Mhm.
Oh, that's his summer.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So,
I noticed this one first because it's got more stars.
yeah, me too.
So, but 82 agents are using this. See, only 27 agents have sent out their summer
Mhm.
magazine yet through Garrett. But most people don't know to even look for this. So you guys are like part of an elite crew right now.
I tried looking for newsletters, that was hard to find.
There's some in there, but there's too many and a lot of them are not good.
Yeah.
So magazine was the key word. If you want to do this. All right, so I'm gonna add smart plan here on the bottom right. Click on add smart plan.
Yep.
You can change the words here if you want. To name it like after your name or something, so you don't get confused, and you're gonna hit download. That's just downloading the library smart plan to your personal smart plan list. Now I'm gonna go back to my smart plans. Yours doesn't say teen, probably says,
Mhm.
what does it say, Michelle?
My smart.
My smart plans, same thing. And you're gonna see now I have my spring 21 magazine. Did you notice when I copied it from the library that he has instructions? That's something I didn't point out. So he says, be sure to insert link to download view in the read now button in the email. Okay, so remember that. Most good smart plan writers are going to give you instructions on what you need to update so that it's yours and not Garrett's. We don't wanna send Garrett's magazine out, right? So some people don't put any instructions, and you've got to go and hunt and find in every email where you need to update it to be yours. And some do really good, like Garrett does, and says, make sure and use your link. So I'm gonna go here, Spring 21 Magazine, I'm gonna edit.
Mhm.
You can add a trigger event that says every time I tag somebody with a tag, I want them to get this plan. It's probably not ideal for this plan, because if you ask somebody in December, you don't want them to get your summer magazine right away. So just know that that's an option for other smart plans, probably not what you want to do here. And so his is just one step to send this email, okay? The email is gonna come, you guys don't have that, that's a team setting, I think.
It says my name,
It
my
says
email
your name,
address.
that's right, okay. In my team account, I can choose to send this from me or from whoever the agent assigned is. You can change the subject, although I like what he's put there. And then this is the design. He went and did a newsletter design. I want to show you, because the newsletter designs are a little bit unwieldy to do yourself. And that's probably one of the causes of frustration. But look at what an awesome job Garrett has done. I'm going to preview the design. He used that same design that we used on social media. He did a text box. He did a graphic for each of the articles. He tells you a little bit about what's in the magazine. And then says, check out my magazine. And there's a link. Oh, that's interesting.
So weird, because half the stuff is missing.
Okay, hold on, that was a little surprise. I didn't think I was gonna do that. So then we're back here on our smart plan. If I just previewed that time. Now I can edit. So beware edits. Yes, if I edit it, it's gonna edit it. That's great. So now I'm in the newsletter email template editor. Okay, this doesn't look like when you first open it. When you first open it, it's blank. You get overwhelmed because you don't know what to do. But now we've got a design that's started for us, right? He's already laid out all this, like he made this little graphic in Canva with the 3 titles. You don't have to do that. He's done it for you. Cool, right? So now the only thing we have to do is edit this button. So when I go here, there's a little pencil. I don't know if you can see it. It's really tiny. Click the pencil. It's going to come over here. I can change the color of the button if I want. I'm not gonna, because black is fine. And it says read now. I want it to link to a web address. And the web address I want to link to is my magazine that I just made. And then I save and exit, and I'm done.
That's so cool.
That's
really cool.
Cool, right?
You hit edit design, and then you went and did all that.
Mm-hmm. All I did was add a link to the button that he had already put. I like this too, because if you guys get in there and look at that newsletter template, now you see how you can make a newsletter.
Do you have to input your market logo? Your market
So
center logo?
anywhere where it says, let me go back to the edit design.
You said this, but I missed it. The link that I'm using
Is the link that you use to share your magazine when you were in your magazine design.
okay, got it.
All of these right here are merge codes.
Mm.
So if you have it filled in your marketing profile, it's going to pull it in automatically. Yep. Good smart plan and design authors use a lot of merge tags so that you as a user don't have to update a lot, right? It's going to go into your marketing profile and pull anything that is a. Oh, you know what I will do though? I'm going to delete insert hosting link below.
Deleted?
Huh?
What'd you say?
See, insert hosting link below.
Mhm.
Yes, because you don't want to
I don't
use
see
it.
it.
Right above the button, says check out my magazine, and then he wrote,
Oh,
Insert below.
I'm like, okay.
now if you send out an email that says insert link below, is that the worst thing that happens?
Yes.
You sent something out, you might have a mistake on it, that's okay.
Yourself.
And
Yeah,
you'll know next time, oh, shoot, I better delete those words. Some of your friends will tease you about it, and that's okay.
I have one more question. So
Yeah.
I have been using MailChimp
Uh-huh.
because it's just worked easier than me using
Me too.
Command lately. If I wanted to use that same design that we created, I can't.
I don't know how to export this design.
So the design that we created in design, there's no way to export that and then use that same template in a different tool.
You can download any image.
Right, could you not download, let's just say, 3 pages or 10 pages?
Well,
and
the
then-
point is not the pages never go in the email. The pages never go in the email.
It's the link. They have to
It's the link. You can put the link anywhere.
Only the because we have ability to download it as a print and order. So I was wondering, in that same format of a print and order, can I upload that same template into?
So you can attach a PDF, but nobody wants to open a PDF from you.
Okay, so the template is not importable, basically.
So, but I think you're kind of missing the point, this is the magazine, it lives on the internet. You can take this URL and you can use it anywhere you want, including buttons and pictures in MailChimp.
Okay.
So one thing that I don't love about Command's newsletter template is I can't link this picture. I can't add a link. Let's see if I want to edit the picture. Oh, wait.
Yeah, landing pages.
Taking it back.
There it is.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
As of a couple months ago, you could not link a picture. They listened to me. You can link it. So I can link that, right? Yes, okay, so now I'm gonna save and exit. Zoomers, I'm basically done with content. I'm just doing questions and playing now, so you're welcome to stay, but you're not gonna miss anything really.
Garrett's Screen Magazine.
Okay, so now
Just type it
I
back.
saved the design, I edited and saved the design. Now I'm gonna try previewing it. Did it work? It's not working in the read. But I'm pretty sure I just made it so that that photo is linkable.
Linkable, what do you mean by linkable? I'm sorry.
When you click on the photo, it'll open the magazine.
So if I wanted to create a link and open the magazine somewhere else, I could, is what we're hoping.
Absolutely. Yeah, so let's put me on the smart plane real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna go to my contacts. Always put yourself on your own smart planes first, so you can see.
The hard thing about Command is why I didn't use it is, for me, it's been hard to like select all the people that I want to receive something when it comes to like those magazines.
Okay. Yeah, hold on,
Hard to sort through.
I'll help you with that. Okay, so
Understand you need to make groups so that they're.
you don't
more
even,
easily
well, tags.
Yeah, tags. So
Tags.
that more accessible.
Yep, so I have like 562 tags at least, but I have like 5 that I use. I do a lot of networking, so I have Networker 1 and Networker 2, and then I have a big sphere, Sphere 1 and Sphere 2, and then I have past clients. For me in my little world, this is how I'm telling you this, because your tags don't have to match what Command says your tags should be or what I say they should be. Networker 1 and Sphere 1 are people that I know that I would invite to my house for a party. That's how I define it. Networker means that they own a small business and they're out there doing networking stuff. Sphere means they're a neighbor or a college classmate or something like that. And that group of those 5 tags is who I send a 36 touch to. Except for when there's an event at my house, I leave out the personal 2 and the networker 2. Because those are people that I either don't like or don't know well enough that it's kind of awkward to invite them to something personal, right?
So I can almost create a tag for newsletter people.
I would absolutely create a tag called newsletter. Yeah, you can't really have too many tags as long as you know how you're using them, right? And like, don't accidentally do news space letter and newsletter, and then newsletter 1, and then star newsletter,
Yeah, just keep it simple.
because I got that going.
And then like way too
Just
many.
saying from experience, you can get yourself kind of. Okay, so if I add smart plan, my spring magazine, select, start now, let's see if we can get it in time. That's fine. Confirm. Okay. You know what else I would do on that smart plan? Smart plan. Monthly zine, edit. Oh, it might get mad if I'm already assigning somebody to it. I would add, make a call. Oh, and a delay. Let me set delay 3 days. So you don't send any. Yep. So I send the email. I wait 3 days. Where did the call go? All right, now I send the email, I wait 3 days, I make a phone call. Would you like my magazine?
That's just set up as a reminder to call these people.
It'll show
Show
up
up
as
on
a
your chat.
call on your task list that day. Whatever you want to say. You'll come up with a script, right? And it'll show up on your task list that day. To call it. There we go. Just log into my email and see. Oh. Not here yet, but that doesn't surprise me. Sometimes it takes a hot minute. If you want me to forward it to you when it comes, just send me an email right now. Carrie@brighthomesAtlanta.com. And that'll remind me when it comes in. I'll copy your email address and forward it to you. Now remember, we were kind of sloppy when we were editing it, so yours will look better and won't have any mistakes in it. Yeah. All right, any other questions?
Thank
The
you.
magazine's fun, right?
It is.
Oh, I'm
I'll probably reach out
struggling and
personally.
now I feel empowered.
And how about that
Yeah,
email template
That's great.
from Garrett?
That's great.
Does he get paid for that, or is he just doing it out of the
Yeah.
goodness of his
Do
heart?
we work for a great company or what?
It's amazing.
There's some of us that are tech nerds that like to play around with the technology.
Yeah.
And when we play around and we create something cool, then we share it, you know?
That's really neat.
Yeah.
We'll just share it out of the.
I can tell you, other brokerages don't do that. Yeah, I think this looks so professional. Yes. that. All right, Zoomers,
Thank you.
we're signing off.
Thank you, Karen.